All right, good morning. We're up to Tuesday already, and in the news, more fallout, or at least reports on Donald Trump Jr. and his meeting with a Russian lawyer is coming out. Trump has agreed that if they want to, he'll speak before the Senate Intelligence Committee, and the Democrats are definitely anxious to do that and grill him. Every time you think that maybe the Russia story will go away, something else pops up to try to keep it alive. Democrats and liberals weren't able to find anything under the original Russia deal. Questionable as to how much they're really going to learn here, and whether or not Trump Jr. Violated any laws during the campaign by speaking to this attorney. So we'll wait and learn more, and more undoubtedly will come out, because the media is on this like crazy, because anything they can get on Trump, they're going to go after. They don't really care if it's factual or not. Also, the FBI headquarters, we've been waiting years for a decision about relocation of the FBI from D.C. into the suburbs of D.C., and it looks like now they are going to call that off, which is a shame, because the J. Edgar Hoover building in D.C. is not a suitable location for them anymore. The building is old and falling apart and needs renovation, if not just a complete tear down and rebuild. But that's apparently not going to happen right now. But maybe part of this too is just a little bit of subterfuge. Is calling off a deal now, or the plans, and then maybe trying to negotiate better terms with the jurisdictions to try to keep the costs from getting out of control, which are already, in my opinion, out of control. But that's what happens. You foot drag, costs go up, and then you just wind up with a far bigger bill than you expected, and guess whose fault that is? Obamacare repeal, that is moving very slowly. Republicans are not sure. Mitch McConnell is not sure he's going to be able to get that through. He's got the votes, and so he's got a lot of work to do. But he's under some time pressure. They missed the July 4th deadline, so we're here about a week later, and still nothing really good in sight that they can probably get passed, and they need to get it done before Congress leaves on its summer recess, August recess, because they'll be gone for weeks, and then they come back and they still have to deal with raising the debt ceiling, and things like that, tax reform. So that would make for a very crowded agenda if they had still were dealing with Obamacare, because that just takes a lot of time to discuss and work out. And so every day that they don't get something passed is one more day that they impact other things like the debt ceiling. So we'll see how that goes. And then Jane Sanders, the investigation into her financial dealings when she was president of this college up in Vermont, are getting more scrutiny. I did see a report today that showed that she may have promised more than she could deliver to the board, convinced them in part that she had a bunch of donations worth over $2 million lined up, which really didn't pan out. And the college agreed to take on a loan and wound up defaulting on that loan, leaving the local archdiocese on the hook for a little bit extra. And so it was just an all-around disaster. The question is, how much did she know and when did she know it, kind of a thing. And we don't know all the details yet, but it just looks like on the surface that Sanders was just completely incompetent and misled a lot of people to get this loan. And some action is probably warranted against her for driving the school that she was leading out of business. All right, well, that's it. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow morning for another edition of the Morning Report, but then even more importantly for the next edition of the Bias Buzz. So we'll see you tomorrow morning.